What's going on, youngins? It's your boy Young Lifestyle bringing you another video, and today we doing another story time about how I got my Game Boy stolen. You must be thinking, I want to hear this. A Game Boy? It's like 15 years ago. What's a Game Boy? What is that? Like, if you had a Game Boy, you was that man. Like, you walk in the classroom, everybody got their piece of paper playing tic-tac-toe, and they'd be like, oh, Brandon, you want to play tic-tac-toe? And you're like, no, I have a Game Boy. I remember my Game Boy like it was yesterday. It was the purple one, because as you know, my favorite color is purple. I love purple. You can't tell me nothing. Like, I just like purple. I don't know why. So I don't know why I remember this story so perfectly, but there was this kid in my class, and I do not remember his name at all because it was like when I was in 2nd grade. So we're just gonna call him Swiper, no swiping. Well, yeah, we'll call him Swiper, no swiping. So I remember we had a teacher. His name was Mr. Brown. And he was teaching math at the time. And I needed to take a piss. So I took my Game Boy thinking it would be safe. I put it in my book bag. And then I proceeded to go tinkle. So after I took my tinkle and I came back, I was like, let me go play some Game Boy during class, which was probably not the right thing to do, but you know, I was a little kid and I was addicted to video games, so why not? So I went to go find the Game Boy, and I'm looking, and I'm panicking because I put my hand where I put the Game Boy and it's not there. So I'm like, I know I'm not bugging. I know I'm not bugging. Like, I put the Game Boy in my book bag. I have no holes in my book bag. It has to be in there. So I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my gosh, my mom's gonna beat me with a toaster. Oh my god. So I thought somebody had to steal it. Because things just don't disappear. My Game Boy did not gain feet and just walk away. Somebody had to go take my Game Boy. Alright guys, so I get to lunch and I notice there's a big circle around one of the kids. So I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on over there? So I go over to where all the commotion is, and boy, tell me how this guy got a Game Boy. So I was probably like the only person in school who had a Game Boy. So how, since when you got a Game Boy? You got a Game Boy like your mom just bought you a Game Boy and bring it to school and let you like play it? I go over and I see Swiper, no swiping, playing the Game Boy. But it's not only a Game Boy, it's a purple Game Boy. So I'm thinking in my head, what is the odds that this man has a Game Boy? But not only does he have a Game Boy, my son has a purple Game Boy. The one that I just mysteriously just lost. So I've been sarcastic like all my life. So I went up to him. Hey man, nice Game Boy. Where'd you get it from? Yeah man, my mom just bought it for me. Yeah, she just bought it for me like a week ago. So I just decided to bring it here today and play it, you know. Bruh.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
My dude, you got my Game Boy. Can I get my Game Boy back? What are you doing? This is the words I said to this man. I'm like, you're not gonna play me like a dummy. That's my Game Boy. The thing has the same game that I was playing in there. Plus, my freaking initials is on the bottom of the Game Boy in permanent marker. Like, bro, your name does not have a B, H, or a Y in it. So he's looking at me with like some dumb face like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Stop lying, just give me my Game Boy. Like, bro, there's no need to lie. It's my Game Boy. Like, why are you stealing? It's not that hard. It doesn't cost that much. Patiently wait till Christmas and let your mother buy you a Game Boy. Don't steal mine. Like, if you take something, don't take it out a period later and play it knowing that the person you took it from is like probably like a foot away from you. Like, are you dumb? So eventually, this man gave me my freaking Game Boy back because he was getting me tight and he can obviously see that it wasn't his, and I had some of my friends who witnessed him take it out my bag. Like, bro, I have witnesses. And yeah, that's how I got my Game Boy stolen. But I got it back. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this story time, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you comment with the next story time that you want to see. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go hit that subscribe button. I do these videos very consistently, so make sure you go subscribe. Young family, it's been good talking to you. Goodbye now.